Have you ever received a message that says, "Everyone's going, it's going to be crowded but fun," and felt a small, quiet panic rise in your chest? Not fear, not shyness, just that subtle moment when your energy pulls back before you've even had time to think. On the outside, you're calm. On the inside, your mind is already calculating the cost. Not the ticket price, but the noise, the constant presence, the way your attention will be stretched in too many directions at once. Psychology says this reaction isn't random. It reveals how your brain processes information, energy, and social environments. Let's break down the real psychology behind why some people dislike crowded places. 1. It's not that you hate people. People who dislike crowds are often labeled quiet, distant, or antisocial. But psychology shows that avoiding crowds has very little to do with disliking people. Crowds demand too much at once, too many voices overlapping, too many expressions to read, too many unspoken rules about how you're supposed to act and react. What you resist isn't connection, it's overload. Your brain is responding to a real cognitive demand, not a lack of warmth or social ability. 2. Your brain doesn't filter, it records. Most people move through crowded spaces with a mental filter. Background noise, movement, and half-heard conversations are automatically discarded. But for some people, that filter works differently. Every sound lands, every movement registers, every shift in tone feels noticeable. This isn't distraction, it's heightened awareness. Your nervous system takes in more information than average, which makes crowded environments mentally exhausting rather than stimulating. 3. Crowds drain your energy faster. Crowds energize some people because their brains are rewarded by constant stimulation. Noise, movement, and interaction recharge them. For you, it's the opposite. External stimulation costs energy instead of providing it. While others leave crowded places feeling energized, you leave feeling depleted. This isn't weakness or low resilience. It's a different internal operating system, one that restores itself through calm, focus, and internal clarity. 4. You're not antisocial, you're highly aware. What looks like distance is often deep awareness. In social environments, you're not just hearing words, you're reading what's underneath them. Pauses, forced laughter, emotional shifts, and unsaid tension. Your attention is constantly processing nuance. In crowded spaces, that awareness has nowhere to rest. It keeps working, interpreting, adjusting. This level of engagement explains why social gatherings can feel draining even when nothing bad happens. 5. Crowds demand performance. You prefer presence. Crowded environments come with an unspoken expectation to be visible, responsive, and expressive. You're expected to laugh at the right moments and show that you're enjoying yourself. For you, this outward performance pulls attention away from your internal state. Solitude, by contrast, asks nothing. It allows you to stay present instead of impressive. This isn't a judgment of people who enjoy crowds. It's simply a mismatch between what crowds reward and how you naturally engage with the world. 6. You're not missing out, you're opting out. Many people worry that avoiding crowds means missing out on life, but psychology suggests something else is happening. You're not opting out of connection, you're opting out of environments that don't allow you to experience it fully. Where crowds offer intensity and shared momentum, you're drawn to clarity, depth, and meaning. It's the same human search for fulfillment, expressed through different conditions. The real reason you dislike crowds. When everything comes together, the pattern becomes clear. You don't dislike crowds because you're broken, fearful, or antisocial. You dislike them because your brain notices more, your energy drains faster, and your values lean toward meaning over noise. Where others are fueled by stimulation, you're sustained by clarity. Where crowds reward performance, you seek presence. Nothing needs to be fixed. Nothing needs to be overcome. Understanding this is often enough to trust yourself when the world feels too loud.